back. Our next guest is a two-time Olympian and first defender to be nominated for the Billie Jean King MVP Award in the Professional Women's Hockey League. That's right. Yeah.
Now, while she didn't win MVP, she did win Defender of the Year. Please welcome to the social the best defender in the PWHL and one of the captains of the Toronto Sceptres, Renata. Welcome, Renata.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Renata, we're so excited to have you here. We're seeing a movement right now, to say the least. We're seeing a movement in women's sports where women are finally able to play full time in their sport because they are getting paid. What a concept.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So what difference has the PWHL made in your life?
Oh, it's made the biggest difference. Before the PWHL, there really wasn't anywhere to play. Girls would graduate from university and then they'd retire from hockey, the sport that they love. So now we get to, prolong our careers as long as we want. We can do it while we're making a living. We can get better as an athlete, develop so many life skills. So it's just been incredible. It's changed the entire landscape.
That's very interesting because you just mentioned prolong their careers. So prior to the PWHL existing, what did the career of a women's hockey player look like?
Well, I said it before, girls would go to university, that would be the peak. They get a scholarship down to the US and they'd be like, okay, I play my 4 years and now I'm done. And that's when I played at Clarkson University, I had teammates that were incredibly talented. We won championships together. And then when they finished their 4 years, they retired because there was no future in the sport for them. So now we're seeing girls that are leaving university and they can continue to play, continue to get better. And yeah, it's incredible to see.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah.
We love these stories. We also love origin stories. So how did you get into hockey? Were you a hockey family or was your family not into this?
Not at all. My parents put my siblings and I in everything, but hockey was a sport we didn't go in at all. But I had a neighbor who moved in down the street. They were a young family. They had a daughter my age and she was out playing road hockey all the time. There she is right there.
Oh, cool.
And I wanted to play with her. And then when winter rolled around, she started ice hockey and I wanted to spend as much time as I could with her. So I asked my parents, can I play hockey? They said, for sure. So they sent the credit card with my best friend's family, said get her a set of equipment. And that's how I started the game.
Wow, from a neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Meant to be also. Meant to be. All right, so earlier this year, the Toronto Sceptres played to a sold-out crowd at the Scotiabank Arena. You guys are playing against the New York Sirens. So tell me, as a player, what was that like to be in front of that sold-out crowd?
I mean, 19,000 fans to step out onto that ice and just cheering for you, cheering for the Toronto Sceptres. There's no better feeling. I will say I kind of blacked out a little bit. Fair. But honestly, it's just such an incredible feeling to represent the city of Toronto, where I grew up, going to Scotiabank Arena to watch the Toronto Maple Leafs, and now I get to go there as a Toronto Scepter and play on that ice. So
that is so cool.
Right? That's amazing.
I want to talk about the Takeover Tour. We're going to let a lot of people know about this and the PWHL's plans for expansion, because last season the league went to 9 locations across North America. It led to 2 new teams, but one in Seattle, one in Vancouver. Now, this season, the league is adding another 7 stops on this tour. So do you think that the PWHL should expand to communities with maybe an existing hockey presence? So cities like Detroit, cities like Calgary, a big fan base for hockey there. Or maybe there's a hunger, do you think, that they could capitalize on in cities without already some kind of hockey presence? Maybe, I don't know, Quebec City or
Saskatoon.
Halifax or Saskatoon. What do you think?
I don't think you can go wrong with either or. I think there is a desire for hockey in all these markets, and I think the Takeover Tours are so cool that we can hit these markets that don't typically get women's hockey. They may get men's hockey, but they don't get women's hockey at a professional level, and we can display our talent and see if there's an appetite there. So I'm really looking forward to Halifax in particular. The Toronto Sceptres are playing there. I think it's a market that's going to be so excited, and yeah, hopefully we expand there. It would be incredible.
Yeah, hopefully the future continues. All right, so you just defeated the 2-time champion, the Minnesota Frost, this season. So what is it going to take to keep that momentum going this season?
Yeah, I mean, we started the season on a high with a win against the reigning champs. It was their banner-raising night, and we got to come in and steal that victory. So it was incredible. But I think we have a really exciting group this year, and I think we're hungry. It's year 3. We've learned a lot through season 1, season 2. Year 3, we're ready to get the Walter Cup.
Nice.
Yes, we like that energy. We love it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like on this show, we've actually talked a lot about how fashion plays a role in men's sports, whether it's the hockey teams when they're getting off the bus or the NBA players when they're heading into the court. So we don't know this about you until now, that you are also a fashion girl and you love your looks. So we asked you what your top 3 walk-in looks were last season, and this is what you chose. I mean, you're fire, obviously. It doesn't, you know, we can see this. But what role do you think fashion plays in sport?
You're seeing it so much in sport. Like you said, those walk-in photos are so big, and on the men's side, it's so big on the women's side. And I think what's really cool about the PWHL is they put an emphasis on it. Because if you watch us on the ice, we have cages over our head. It's really hard to see us as athletes. And, you know, as fans, you want to connect with athletes. That's how you want to follow their journey. You feel like you have a connection with them. So these walk-in opportunities are a great way to show your personality a little bit, maybe draw in more fans to you. And I just think it's a really great way for us to display who we are away from the rink.
I love it.
Great idea.
Love it.
Right? Let's switch to another sport. Let's talk about the Toronto Blue Jays. You threw out a first pitch to Vladimir Guerrero during the regular season. So what was that experience like?
So nerve-wracking. I mean, I practiced a little bit the night before, but getting up there, and then they told me I was throwing the ball to Vladdy, and I said, to Vladdy? That's a tough task. But no, it was incredible. The Jays have been so supportive of the Toronto Sceptres, and I think we want to bring a little bit of the Blue Jays energy with our season this year after the run they had.
All right, speaking of that energy, the Toronto Sceptres home opener is this Saturday, November 29th, against the Boston Fleet. And the team looks a little different this year. You guys are missing Sarah Nurse and goaltender Kristen Campbell, Soupy Campbell, sorry. She's now playing for Vancouver. So how do you feel about this year's squad?
I'm so excited. I mean, it looks different, but different isn't bad. I think we have some incredible young pieces, a mix of rookies and veterans, and I think they're bringing a lot of energy into our locker room, and excited to see what we put together this year.
All right.
We're so excited. Renata, thanks for taking time and joining us here.
Thank you so much.
We're so excited for you and the entire team and the whole league this year, so go get them. Go get them. We want to remind you. If you're in Toronto or the Toronto area, the Toronto Sceptres home opener, as you just heard, Saturday, November 29th. That's this Saturday at the Coca-Cola Museum. That's not it.
Nope. Close.
The Coca-Cola Coliseum.
There we go.
You know how you support women's sports?
Yes.
By buying those tickets.
Yeah.